Hi guys, welcome to my channel, Lighting Your Sunshine, where we like to shine a light within and empower ourselves. So let's get into today's reading. I think it's gonna be quicker. I heard only 3 cards. Had one jump out and then we got these 2. So easy peasy. So what are we looking at? We said no reversals, just tell the story. And it goes this way. Okay, so first one we have is it's safe to be seen. We have Archangel Gabriel with the crystal turquoise. The next one we have is Divine Alchemy with the Ascended Master Mary Magdalene with Aqua Aura Quartz. And last but not least, the Untamed with Goddess Freya and Amber. So let the story kind of come in. So what I'm seeing right now is they kind of took me to this like liquid crystal amber healing space. And in it, it's kind of like the ocean or water, because both of these kind of made me think of water. Safe to be seen, and then you can see the little turtle. It definitely looks like a turtle. And then this one, Aqua Aura Quartz. What about the water do you want to share? They say go back to the healing chamber with the amber. So like I said, they just keep encompassing me in this golden liquid amber light. And so amber is, we know mostly, right? You think of like Jurassic Park, that all started because of a bug stuck in a piece of amber. It is a piece of solidified history. I think amber is just so awesome because it does hold that prehistoric frequency. I think all rocks do, but this kind of takes the original matter and like petrifies it almost, right? Keeps it safe. So that's what I'm seeing in this liquid healing. They keep saying it's a healing pod. And so this golden healing liquid around, it's kind of thick. It's giving me like honey vibes. And the more and more that this is kind of in me, at first it was like really warm and loving and encompassing. But now it's starting to kind of give the consistency of water. So they're like, okay, healing will complete in 3, 2, 1. And then I kind of seen it open up and then they finally let me out. So now that I've gone through whatever that was, let's read the cards. So the Untamed with Freya. Right, Freya is from Norse mythology. So what Freya wants to bring up right now, interesting, I think yesterday's reading focused on the snowflakes as well. There's something to do. Okay, yesterday it was about emotions being trapped and solidified and not really being able to do your highest purpose, your talent or whatever. But this after being in that healing pod, I'm seeing these kind of melt away. So whatever kind of happened yesterday, I do see it softening and melting and the healing. And it's saying it is now safe to be seen. Gabriel. So whenever I pick up with Archangel Gabriel, she, he, right? Angels are angelic energy. It's us that love to put that masculine, feminine energy. So however Gabriel likes to show up for you, be open. And then the best I can say is, who are you? And listen to the response back. But every time that I work with Gabriel, she comes to me in a golden kind of liquid, a golden coppery color. So that goes back to that healing chamber with something being safe to seen and water. So water, I'm now being brought to the Titanic and the iceberg. So whatever's on the surface, right? We all know that that's just a blip, but underneath is the iceberg. And I feel like that big, heavy chunk of iceberg is gone. It's almost like I seen something just hit it in the right exact point, right? Let's say, like, see how like this kind of looks like one segment and then this is another part? It's almost as if you took like something and you just, and it popped it into two. And so now the iceberg, the really heavy stuff, I'm seeing it float all the way down. It's gone, it's done, it's going to the bottom to spend and rest the final of its days until it melts or turns to water or whatever happens. But it's not for you to carry this huge chunk anymore. So now that you've got the chip, the weight of the world off your back, now it's safe to be seen. I do feel like this heaviness, this iceberg that now they're showing me Turtle Island. They're almost showing, because turtle, I keep seeing this turtle, the water. You know, I'm seeing the scene in Avatar when he goes, who is it? Prince Zuko? And he goes, I think it's Prince Zuko. Or is it? I gotta go watch it again because it's all forgotten. I used to watch that show once a year. Every September, I would watch it. Just for that refresh, that start. I just found the elements are so important in learning your emotions and how to work through things. So what I'm seeing, again, back to it, Avatar, The Last Airbender. Remember when they go and they swim out to that rock, and really it is Turtle Island, right? It like lifts up and it's like, hey, and you just see the eye. That's almost the iceberg. But Turtle Island, right, that's North America, to Native American culture, is alive, right? We are on this floating earth, Mama Gaia, right? It's alive. It sustains us and fulfills us. So if this Turtle Island is willing to support us and sustain us and give us all the resources we need, they're saying, what's the point of holding on to trapped old emotions and as the iceberg? Because the water is emotions. So it's releasing that and relying that Mother Earth is going to support you. And that's what that healing pod, it kind of, like I said, it was a thick at the beginning. And I think that's kind of it, is like the densities come and the more and more you lighten up, the more and more it started to flow and be a little bit less, But when we think about this iceberg and that heaviness, it now brings me to the Mary Magdalene, right? She is, how do we know exactly what she is? There's a lot of mixed stories, but she was Jesus's counterpart. And, you know, there's some stories where they have twisted her name, right? Called her, what did they call her? Was she like a prostitute or something like that? Like just disgraced everything about her, even though, you know, she was living the same path. She was following the same spiritual practices, those things. And so Aqua Aura. Do I have a piece present? No. But I do have another crystal that I want to bring in, so hold up. I got this, and it reminds me of water. What is this? Totally blanking. It's something awesome. What is the one where they go to Andera? It's Andera glass. I was gonna say, you know, in Hawaii where the meteor hit, and then when the meteor hit in Hawaii and melted the sand, it infused into different pieces. So when you go to a place, I believe it's called Nellie's, that's where she harvests it. And because it has, right, it is kind of like glass, but a meteor made it. And so every time I hold this one reminds me of Atlantis. This is my Atlantis stone. And so I'm kind of golden age, they're now saying. We put you in the pod so that you could connect to the golden age. And they're going back to those kind of times. What do you want to share about that? Well, they say Mary Magdalene is the one who has the message of healing through this. Here we have the blue, the ocean, but now we got the gold. The gold is coming through. So just let me see what a message that she wants to share. So she's showing me in the water, dolphins, and the dolphins playing, and she's just really zoning in on their consciousness, at how smart they are. And how very, very little we know about the ocean, right? We've never been to the bottom, right? We've explored more of space than we've even explored of our own ocean and depths. And that's the depths of our, right? That's our, if we start working on those kind of things, that's where we'll really get to like inner healing. And so she really wants you to take that golden light and really go into the deep, deep depths, into the dark. She's bringing me now to the sacral chakra. What do you want to say about the sacral? From there, she brought me there, and then she kind of showed me a star. You know, like those compass stars? I don't know the right name for it, but that's what she brought me to. And she showed me, you know, how it goes front, back, side to side, almost like, you know, north, east, south, west, southeast, south, or whatever. But it was, oh, the sacral chakra is also orange, kind of golden. There's something to do with the sacral, and that's the womb area as well. Getting mad chills now that I'm putting these synchronicities in. Something to do with the womb, that golden light age healing. They say pull 2 more cards and then we'll just quickly wrap this up. There's not much more to really go into, but these 2 cards will give you the final statement that will wrap this up. I want to stay in the healing. Ooh. This one flew gracefully. Oh, it's my friend. Okay, so the one that flew out was Sekhmet. I love Sekhmet. She is one of my guides that has helped me through really the darkest times. And all around there is gold as well. Are all these cards in gold? Yes, they are. So... it says goddess Sekhmet. So she's an Egyptian goddess. She's the daughter of Ra. And so when Ra saw injustice happening, right, there was too many people being greedy and taking advantage of everyone. So he sent his daughter down and was like, go out there and be my eyes and, you know, stop the corruption. You know, she did have a little bit of a hard time, right? Once she kind of started bringing justice, she got a little power hungry. And so she did go out of control. And so I'm feeling like that now has to go into the iceberg. It's all this trapped and that out of control. When you're out of control, your emotions now start controlling you, right? She just went on a rampage. So it says passion of the lion heart. And then the last one that we got is already there is value with goddess Metangi and Heliotrope. So let's see the message. When it comes to this healing chamber of bringing in the golden age, letting go of that frostiness from yesterday's reading, that iceberg, especially for you to actually release and surrender to a whole iceberg. Spirit's saying drink lots of water and get lots of rest. It might not seem like you did much. You may have just even laid in bed all day and was just surrendered. And in Spirit's eyes, that is huge. That is why there is already value in it, because it was weighing you down and it was really, I'm seeing solidifying the sacral chakra. And that's why when I went into the chamber, it started off really thick, right? Because it was almost rock hard before, solidified. And so once we kind of got that energy and the momentum flowing, right? That's the womb, that's creativity, that's your passion, that's creativity. That's the main thing, passion and creativity. When you are passionate and creative, you trust in yourself, you believe in yourself, and you know that there's value. It just is something that sparks and ignites and empowers you to go out and live life abundantly. So how do we quickly wrap this up? They're saying there's a sacral activation that just needs to be acknowledged that it's taken place. I feel like it's kind of already released. And so when you release something, especially when it comes from healing, right? Let's say like right here, there's this heavy, dense energy and I take it out. Well, now there's an empty hole. Now there's this despair feeling. So when there's a hole, then you have to infuse it back up with love, right? So whoever released this sacral iceberg that was like really blocking things, that healing golden light, bring that in and just let it soothe. Right now is just the time of soothing and being like, you know what? You did a lot of work. I think you did more work than you really are understanding, because when it comes to energy, right, in the 3D, we go out, we have to physically work, we have to work hard until exhaustion. But when it comes to energy, it's so effortless. Sometimes like one finger, like one wish can change it all. One surrendering and release can crumble a whole iceberg, they're saying. And so with that, tap into your passion, right? Bring in the golden light, because the golden light will stop you from going out of control, right? Like Sekhmet said, she got power hungry. And then they did have to come up with a plan to slow her down. And so with this healing sacral energy and this amber honey healing frequency, when you incorporate all of it together, it comes at like I said, it's really thick and it's really hard to swim through if you want to be really, really fast. But it's actually in that slow motion that it actually kind of feels better. And so just go with the flow of the energy that you're able to work through right now, and drink lots of water, especially when you're healing energy and releasing things. Things come up that were trapped in you, and it's just easy to flush them out so that you don't have like that free radical energy that you have to process, right? You've already dealt with it once, it got trapped in your cells, and then you heal and you release, but it didn't come out, so you got to deal with it again and it gets trapped. It's like this time, just let it go. Just flush it out, let it go. So drink lots of water, right? And just work at your own pace. And I thought this was going to be a really quick reading because we're going to go and watch the Christmas tree lighting tonight. And I was like, just 10 minutes. But I look up and I see I'm a little bit over. So we'll leave it there. I hope you guys have a really wonderful day. And if you resonated with yesterday's reading and today's, congratulations, because that's huge and I'm proud of you. All right. Bye, guys.